Hi, I'm a new teacher here, Mr. Sutton. I thought you might have some questions about who I am, so I thought I'd make this short film about the time before I was Mr. Sutton, before I came to be standing in this classroom with you. Well, like all good stories, it starts once upon a time in a galaxy, well, actually London, far, far away. I was born, surprisingly, on my birthday. I don't remember much about that until first school around 5. Primary school was brilliant. Potato printing, long breaks, classes which were more like breaks anyway. Yeah, you had to do some reading and maths, but so what? Everyone knows you've got to read and write and do some maths just to survive, so that was okay. The rest seemed to be playing around and rehearsing for a sing-song show. Oh yeah, lots of football. Primary school was brilliant. Then came high school. Not so brilliant, if I'm honest. I didn't really see the point, except a niggling feeling that this might come in handy someday, all this knowledge. I wasn't sure why I might need to know algebra, or to say hello, could you give me directions to the swimming pool in a foreign language, but I decided to try to accumulate some knowledge. And you know what? I'm really glad I did. Well, there's a lot I haven't needed, but who knows, I might yet, so I'm glad that I made the most of it. Put my head down and studied, mostly. In between rugby matches and karate lessons and football and having some laughs with my mates, I put my head down and did some studying. And like I said, I'm glad I did. However, I left school thinking I'll be alright. I wasn't going to go to university, I was just going to get that great job, that nice car, that big house, easy peasy. But you know what? It didn't work out like that, and after doing some rubbish jobs for long hours and low pay, I decided maybe going to university might be a good idea. Suddenly those GCSEs and A-levels came in real handy. You never know where life might take you, but one thing is sure, it's good to be prepared. With an education, doors have opened to me that would have otherwise been closed, for I've travelled extensively and I've seen things that were just pictures in geography textbooks. I've traversed the Himalayas on a motorbike, I've crossed the Sahara in a camper van, sailed the seas aboard my boat Grand Cru, lived with pirates in Indonesia, dived to the depths of the oceans, I've learnt to parachute, I've ridden camels in Rajasthan, I've snowboarded in the Atlas Mountains, I've been in a Hollywood movie, I've DJed to hundreds of party people on exotic beaches, I've flown in helicopters, met famous people, worked with some creative and talented artists and musicians. I lived for a while in a cave in the mountains, I've mined for opals, panned for gold, swam with sharks, played chess with the Taliban chiefs. I've questioned politicians and interviewed criminals. I've worked as a translator, a scuba instructor, an English teacher, a filmmaker, a yacht captain, a boat builder, a tour guide, a DJ. I've travelled the world and seen amazing things, but I've also travelled through some hostile and quite often scary places. You never know where life might take you or what skills you might need, for life can be great, but sometimes it can be unfair and it can be hard, and that's why having an education is so important. With an education, you can level the field somewhat and allow you to step up in life. I was able to leave my small town and experience the world armed with some knowledge of how it works. I remember my father telling me that the pen is mightier than the sword, and thinking that's rubbish, you can't chop somebody with a pen. But as I've come to understand, knowledge is king. As whatever you want to do in life, you can do it better when you know what's needed, and education will help with that. I've travelled the world and seen things I could only dream of, and you know what? This is your oyster now, if only you realise it in time. You guys have time, but it can go quickly. If you want the finer things in life, if you want a good job, money, nice car, to move into your own place, to travel the world, to be able to relax on exotic holidays, to be a success, then understand this starts right here, right now, with step 1, getting an education. My father showed me this photo once and said, "Stuart, you're stupid sometimes, but you know you're stupid sometimes, and that almost makes you clever." Don't think of who you were yesterday, think about today and who you want to be tomorrow.